Welcome to the Football Today podcast. It is the 23rd of April as we wrap up an action-packed weekend of football around the globe. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly. I am in one of the best kits known to man, the Colo kit, sponsored by God, I hope it's a beer. I am joined, as always, by Stats Guy that's a decent Ajax kit, I'll give him that.
Yeah, Ajax, they've not gone too well in the league, but they've got amazing kits. Always have great kits. I don't know about the Colo one. Bit of a weird colour there. Bit of vomity for me.
Gold.
Yeah. Gold, yeah, we'll say that.
Going for gold. Yeah. How are you feeling this week? Chelsea lost. Celtic won on penalties. That's what I'm holding on to. We don't talk about Scotland in this
that's
show.
all I care about at the moment. Chelsea, don't want to talk about them.
Talk about that later. Now, before we do get into the show, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, our socials, and listen wherever you get podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating, please. It'd be nice. But also give us a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. Hit us up on TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram. I assume we're on, what's that thing, Threads?
No, we don't do Threads. Is crap. Threads? Don't go on Threads.
Okay, Stats Guy is taking on Meta. Heard it here first. It's horrible. He and the rest of the news network. Anyway, let's get into the show with the yeah and nah, which we always start off with here on the Football Today podcast. Now, Stats Guy.
Yes.
Came out yesterday that the Football Australia have put out their host cities for the Asian Cup in 2026. Because
Women's Asian Cup, yeah.
We're going to host it because no one else wants to. So, hell yeah, we're going to do it again.
Awesome.
Were the Victorian people robbed of the Women's Asian Cup games in 2026? Yeah, nah.
Yeah. What the hell? Come on, Victoria. We had the World Cup was awesome. Amy Park was absolutely pumping.
Melbourne Rectangular Stadium.
Melbourne Rectangular Stadium, whatever. I hate that name.
No sponsors allowed.
It's rectangular, whatever. They really need to lift their game here, the Victorian government. It's awesome to be in Melbourne, the sporting capital of Australia, and we don't even get any games here for the Asia Cup. I think it's already locked in. I might have to fly over to some of the games to just go there, which would be annoying for Victorians. We are very lucky in terms of sport. We get pretty much everything here, so maybe I'm having a bit of a sook. But I think
you're definitely having a sook.
I think the Victorian government definitely dropped the ball here because it's such a big sporting occasion when any Matildas game play, let alone an Asia Cup. So yeah, I don't know. You're from Sydney. What are your vibes about this?
Dude, I live in Melbourne.
You live in Melbourne.
I want to watch the Tillies. What is this? I went to Marvel Stadium a few weeks ago. Yeah, 50,000 people there to watch us kick the crap out of Uzbekistan. That was awesome. Yeah. And now I don't get us to watch us beat Vietnam, Oman, South Korea, whoever else we're going to come up against. Look, I can understand why the Victorian government didn't put in, well, they kind of blew $600 million on these Commonwealth Games things.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that probably.
What's money? They got money.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm not in. I don't know anything about government.
Look, horrendous decision. That's one of the things they should have actually put in for. But I also look at it as so you've got Perth, who would have thrown a lot of money at this. Yep. Sydney and Brisbane, 3 pool games. 3 pool games. So 1 Brisbane, 1 Perth, 1 Sydney.
Yep.
Then you're in the semis, the quarters, and all that. You're not guaranteeing yourself a big crowd if Vietnam play Indonesia in a quarterfinal.
That's every tournament.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they probably also looked at it like that. It's like you're only going to get 1 Matildas game. Where are you going to get the money for the rest?
True. Well, World Cup, they had really good crowds. It's bigger than the Asia Cup, of course.
Because we had Germany. Who did Germany smash in that first game here?
Oh, I can't remember. Alexandra Pop was.
But they made it. That team that they played made it through to the next round. We had the game on the Friday afternoon here that had 30,000 people here. We had the America-Sweden round of 16 game. Yeah, you had the best 32 teams in the world, whereas we're going to one continent. I think you'd be
surprised how many just say Philippines fans turn up. Indonesia fans. I reckon they'll turn up.
I don't think we're going to get 30,000 people.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If we had a 15,000 seat stadium, I'd say, yeah, that's great. And that's not disparaging women's sport or anything. This is more, I don't think we have the population of people that will go to these games to sell it out.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
So basically, everyone's just hoping the Tillies make a mad run through it. And it's 2 years away. We're going to win the gold medal first, the Olympics. Yeah, we're going to do that. Then we're going to win everything else. And then we're going to win the Asian Cup. And then we'll win the World Cup in 2027.
Any other cup, we'll just win.
Well, Arsenal won the Conti Cup.
Arsenal, yeah.
So we're winning cups as we go along here.
True.
Speaking of that, Arsenal, they dominated 3-0 over the weekend against Leicester City, who decided to play a low block, which Jonas Everdahl throughout the year has been like, ugh, I don't know how we're going to get through that. Girls,
work it out.
Help me.
It worked.
And then they have got him through it. Steph Catley and Caitlin Ford both an assist in the 3-0 win. Cara Cooney Cross, come on, give him more time.
I know, get her off the bench. Surely.
They've got a stacked squad, so I understand it. But really good win from the girls. Beth Mead doubled up there. She's fantastic. And Alessia Russo absolutely rifled one through the net. There was 42,000 at the Emirates watching Arsenal win once again. I think if you did the stats on attendance per game this year,
they're way ahead.
Arsenal would be in the top 10 of the EPL.
Oh, in the
Premier
men's.
League.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because they've had 5 games
Actually,
at the Emirates. When you think about it,
there's a lot of small stadiums in the Premier League. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Think of Bournemouth.
Yeah. They're not that many people.
Exactly.
Even Man City don't get many people, and they win everything.
But I was about to say their women's stadium looks really sick. Speaking of them, they beat West Ham and the Defence Minister for Australia 5-0. She's in England. It doesn't count as defending Australia, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly, yeah. When you're facing Man City, when you're crap West Ham team,
in fairness, the first 2 goals went into the top corner, and Mackenzie Arnold was never saving them. Khadija Shaw scored again. I think she scored twice.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's the first person ever to have over 20 goal contributions in a season. It was ridiculous. She broke another record. She is amazing. Mary Fowler got an assist. It's really hard to notice her there. She wasn't wearing the gloves. I'm like, wait, which one's Mary Fowler? Alana Kennedy was involved in a couple of lead-ups to the goal. But really, West Ham, we've talked about them throughout the year. They probably should have scored 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
They hit the crossbar a few times. It was just...
No Katrina Gorry, no West Ham, really, though. Because they were horrible before she got there. They won a couple of games, got some really good draws, I think, against Man U, and then scored a couple against Man City last time they played. You take Gorry out of that side, she was their best player by a mile for a couple of months in there. So that's a bit tough for West Ham. The main
thing is they're safe for another season because Bristol City are on 6 points.
Yeah, they're lucky that only one team gets relegated in the WSL.
With a couple of games to go, like Bristol City have to win all their games.
They're horrible anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to be winning it. They've been pounded all the way through poor Bristol City. Claire Wheeler was good in midfield for Everton, which is weird to say. Everton were good when winning because that you don't associate Everton with good nor winning. 2-1 win over Brighton, so good job there. I watched the Tottenham-Manchester United highlights as well. Need to get Charlie Grant some game time leading up to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Hello, come on.
Please.
Seriously. She's just sitting there just going, London's pretty cool, I guess.
I'm sure she's still having a great time.
Yeah, but it's just like you want to see him get game time coming up. Like they probably should have won that game against United. They conceded in the last 3 seconds of the game for it to go in stoppage time for it to go 2-2. It was a very scrappy game, but that's Manchester United when you speak about. But you have a look at the table there. Manchester City currently leading 49 points. Chelsea next on 46, but Chelsea do have a game in hand.
Chelsea just beat Barcelona. They lost their first home game in like 3 years or something, wasn't it?
I thought it was at Stamford Bridge.
No, it was at. It was over there. It was in Barcelona. Yeah.
I saw Bon Marty come out after the game and basically say Chelsea didn't even try to play football. It's like,
well, we won.
Take these W's, Bon Marty.
Exactly. Yeah. What a suck.
Yeah. First time they haven't scored 15 goals all season. So Chelsea have a game in hand over Man City.
Okay.
Goal difference though is going to be key because the goal difference is currently 42 for Man City, Chelsea 39. So Chelsea need to put some goals past them there. And
I don't think
Arsenal are just waiting for a slip up.
Yeah. So what was Arsenal 6 points behind the lead? I still think, they can definitely pass. They can pass Chelsea, but Chelsea have the game in hand. I think they're playing better than Chelsea, but Man City, I don't think anyone's catching Man City in the WSL.
No. Yay.
Man City leading in the women's and the men's. How good?
But in fairness to them, they haven't spent like $1 bajillion and it feels like they're cheating in the women's.
Yeah, at least they're not cheating in the women's. That's true. Yeah,
good stuff.
We'll get in that later.
we enjoy it when teams are above board.
Yes.
Pay attention to PSL and FFP. It's great.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on that. Right, let's get to the Women's A-League semi-finals. Leg 1 over the weekend. Melbourne City, who I do go for here, which is kind of ironic given how much I hate the City Football Group in England. But I love them here. They absolutely smashed Newcastle 3-0. But Galich
was awesome. Yeah, she's scored another one. I think she's up to 8 goals and 5 assists for the season. So she's having a great year for Melbourne City. Really, really good. I think they only started the last couple of years where they have 2 legs for the semi-finals, which I really like. Sort of like the Champions League vibe where you got 2 legs and a home and away.
Ekic scored again too. She's a freak.
Yeah, she scored
God,
again.
I wish she was Australian.
Yeah, I know. Can we just get some citizenship?
She's been here long enough.
Yeah, why not? So they won 3-0 on the away leg to Newcastle. So Newcastle, I don't think have any chance now. Coming back to Melbourne, they got no chance to recover from a 3-0 deficit. Yeah. And
Sydney and Central Coast 1-0 to Sydney FC.
Away leg as well for Sydney. So
Has Courtney Vine stamped her passport to Paddy?
Yes, 100%. She already did before she took a bit of time off, I think. She as we've talked about before.
Got to cut it down to 18 though.
Yeah, TG just loves using her as an impact sub.
Yep.
Literally the pace that she has, even if it's for 20 minutes, is awesome. Just reinvigorates the side. So I think she's a lock, for sure. What do you reckon?
I think she is too. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of who's going to get dropped. It's just you feel bad.
It's hard, yeah.
Going from 21 down to 18 and
it's a good problem to have. I'm glad we don't have to decide.
I wish we had a striker.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, you got Heyman. It's all good.
But
she's a beast.
Yeah, I know it sounds bad, but I don't want the Matildas to be relying on Michelle Heyman to be scoring their goals.
Just chuck Cooney Cross up front or something like that.
Or just play Mary Fowler at 10.
Like, Mary Fowler,
Mary Fowler at 10. Yeah. This is my new hill I'm going to do. Play Mary Fowler at 10.
I don't mind
Sorry, Gerald, for hitting the table.
No, he's all right. He's used to you hitting the table. He's got a button, I reckon, that just stops you from
a muter?
yelling and hitting the table.
That's all right. Importantly, this literally came out 20 minutes ago before we came on air. The National Women's Soccer League, which is the American Women's League, is now on Optus Sport, which is awesome. I've already chosen a team that I'm going to support.
Who?
Racing Louisville.
Just because they have racing in the name?
They have racing. They're in Louisville. Kentucky Derby is in Louisville. So it's like, this is great. They've also got a great kit.
Okay. You're all for your kits. I'm going for the San Diego Wave. I think all Aussies should be going for the Wave.
Bit of tribalism there.
Weirdest name going around. Awesome kits. Very weird colours, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So because Torpy and Van Egmond both play for them, Matilda's stars, so happy to go for them.
Only 2 Australians in the league.
Which surprised me. It's probably the second league in the world, or the third maybe to the Spanish league. So I'm very surprised only 2 Aussies there, but a lot of the Aussies play in England. So
and France and Spain.
But it's a really good league to watch, so I'll be watching a bit of that.
Well, it's great. I was having a look at the times this morning. So this starts this coming weekend. So in Australia. So if you got nothing to do Saturday morning, let me find it here. So the first game comes on at 9:30 a.m. Saturday morning when Washington play Orlando, but it's like 9:30, midday, 9 a.m., 9:30, 9:30, 12, Monday, 7 a.m. when Gotham take on my beloved Racing Louisville.
Ooh.
Guess what I'm doing?
Your beloved that you just jumped on.
Exactly. Guess what I'm doing after the North London Derby on Sunday night? Waking up early to watch Racing Louisville.
Oh, I won't sleep. I just don't sleep over the weekend. Just watch it.
North London Derby's 11 p.m. So.
You'll have to wake up. You'll have to wake up if it's 11 p.m.
I know, right? This is not ideal. Speaking of things that are not ideal, the Olyroos stats guy.
Do we have to talk about them?
Well, they're not going to Paris.
No, it's sad.
Why?
Well, they were crap. That's why, Alex. They drew to 0-0 to Qatar. So they had the Asian Championships, which we play all the Asian teams to qualify for Paris. Then we lost to Indonesia as well. 2 teams where you'd go, surely we've got to beat them. And then there's a lot of things in the paper today I had a look at. Aussie football isn't progressing as quickly as Asian football. As we didn't go well in the Asian Cup, as in the men's. In the men's.
I nearly swore, man.
Yeah, I know. In the men's, I'm saying Asian football is going really well at the moment. They killed it. A lot of the Asian teams killed it in the Asia Cup, and we didn't go too well. Then we just got smashed in those qualifiers. So not good.
It's almost like sorting out the league in Australia would be beneficial.
Yeah.
It's almost like having a proper junior pathway would be beneficial. Maybe if, FA and all other power brokers in football within Australia could get their heads out of their asses and stop looking out for themselves, we'd actually be good.
Yeah.
Nah, it's okay. We don't need to go to the Olympics. Nah, it's okay. We can lose.
So, it's literally going to be an 8-year gap now of where our under-23s don't have a big tournament, to like a massive tournament like the Olympics. Yeah, that's really disappointing. No Irakunda, which we talked about. I had a look. He could have played. He didn't say he didn't want to play. He's the best striker in the A-League. He's going to Bayern Munich. I don't know why they didn't pick him in the Olyroos. He's 18? I think he's going to be killing it even for the Olyroos.
Yeah, he can play in 4 years' time.
And then we didn't score a goal against bloody Qatar. So maybe could have picked some strikers.
It's almost like our boring ass game style has withered its way down to the under 23s.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's great. This is why we are the Mantildas.
Oh, well, we'll be following the Matildas anyway.
Yeah, we're Team Tillies.
Because we can win gold there.
The Tillies are Australia's team.
Yep.
The Socceroos and the Olyroos, back of the line. Join in with the snooker team. Anyway, men's A-League. What happened over the weekend there?
I'll just talk about a few games. MacArthur recorded a 1-0 win even after going down to 9 men. 2 red cards they got in the 37th and the 67th minute. They also got that win 1-0 in front of their record home crowd. I think it was just under 8,000 people, really packed into their sort of small ground, and it was awesome atmosphere. So really good for MacArthur starting to grow in the A-League and get a bit of a fan base there, which is cool. Then I'll go to Western Sydney Wanderers. They dominated City with shots in the A-League, but City held strong, 2-1 win. I think it was 20 shots to 8 or something, and City hold on.
Get them on target.
They just couldn't get them on target, and the keepers from both teams actually did really well.
Cool. All right, let's have a look at these games this weekend with the semi-finals continuing the Women's A-League. It just looks like Sydney FC, Melbourne City go through, right?
I think so. Sydney FC are the best team. I think they're going to go all the way and win the whole thing.
City.
You're going
I'm a
City,
member, mate. I'm a card-carrying member.
You are. So, Newcastle have no chance of... They have to score 3 goals without Man City even scoring. I think Man City are going to smash them, and then Sydney FC. I think that will be really close because Central Coast are good in the women's, but Sydney FC all the way.
Yep. All right. I'm Melbourne City and Sydney FC, so that'll be a traditional Sydney and Melbourne rivalry coming into the grand final. All right, we're going to take a short break. After this, we'll be back with trivia with Leo, and then we'll have a chat about some EPL and maybe some Refgate.
If you like this show, make sure you check out all the other shows on the Sports Today Network. AFL Today Show to the Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, as well as NBA Australia and NFL Australia. With Sports Today, your sporting needs have never been easier to cover.
Welcome back to the Football Today podcast. We bring in social guy Leo for the trivia question. Actually, before I bring in Leo, where's Marcus?
Oh, he's living it up in Thailand. He'll be watching this show, so shout out to him.
Marcus is in Thailand?
Yeah. What are you doing, mate? You got to look out for your work.
This is the first I've heard of it.
I didn't see this on the run sheet. Just talking about Marcus.
I didn't know he was on holiday.
Oh, that's all right. He does what he wants.
Dude,
he does what he wants.
Email, Slack message, boys, I'm going away, something, whatever. Anyway, Leo.
All right, lads. Who are the top 3 Tilly's players for assists this WSL season?
Alex.
Oh, I could get this.
Yeah. Fowler, Ford, Catley.
I'll give you it. Yeah, it's
That's
correct.
I would have said that.
Yeah.
Damn it. Because obviously Sam Kerr's injured and then Wheeler plays a lot of games.
Is on there too. So
Kerr's 4th or 5th?
So no, there's 3 players that are tied.
Okay.
Yeah.
For second.
Yep.
Kerr's one of them with Catley and Ford.
Oh.
And Fowler's had 5. She's leading for
Wow.
Doing these ones.
Damn
Mary
it.
Fowler. Doing these
I
ones.
just never get in cricket. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm actually just happy one of us got it because we're always pretty crap. That was a good question. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. EPL, actually, we'll talk about the FA Cup first. So
Will we? Okay.
We'll quickly talk about that, what happened over the weekend. So
Sure.
this is more a refereeing and VAR thing.
Oh, we love talking about that.
So the FA Cup on the weekend, Chelsea have a free kick, gets whipped in, clearly bounces off Jack Grealish's arm. Not a penalty.
It was below the elbow.
And arm was, in an unnatural position.
It was.
So not a penalty. Yet the next day, Coventry get a penalty against Manchester United for the exact same thing.
I know.
But also on the same day, or was it the next day? Whatever.
Next day, yeah.
Nottingham Forest don't get a penalty for the exact same thing against Everton. What is
It's all over the shop at the moment.
Don't want to say corruption is a thing.
We love the word corruption on our shows.
I don't want to say it's chicanery. It's something is not right with this system. And I know we've talked about it to death this year. But all 3 of them are penalties.
Yeah, 100%. And then, I don't think Chelsea deserved to win because there was just so many dumb things that we did. But definitely deserved a penalty there. You can't give it in one. It's in the same competition. Literally the day after, you can't give it in one competition. Same ground. Same everything.
Same end of the ground.
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit all over the shop. The way the VAR is working, it's still too down to the ref's decision. As in, they have to think too much. They have to think way too much.
If the ref hasn't seen it, it's like, Bob,
just give him a call.
Bob, Bob, we got to look at it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think fans are fine with, if the ref literally couldn't see it because he's on the other side of the wall or something.
But we've got a guy upstairs for that, yeah.
It's literally what the video has been brought in for, and then obviously Nottingham Forest think they should have had 3 penalties. I think they should have had 2, not 3.
They wrote it a letter. They wrote an email.
And then you have pundits coming out and going, it's a disgrace, you shouldn't do that. The manager should come out and say it's a disgrace. Well, the last time a manager came out and said that it was a disgrace, said pundits then came out and labelled it dangerous and disgusting towards the game. So you've clearly picked your lane. You're supporting the PGMOL and the league rather than the fans and the players.
Yeah, which is not good for football at all, no.
No, don't like it.
I know what you're saying.
Anyway, we have a Manchester Derby in the final. The best thing is that Manchester United nearly produced the funniest footballing results ever.
I would have rather Coventry win than Chelsea win, I reckon. Just because that would have been hilarious.
No, see, the funny thing about this is people will look at this result with Manchester United winning and be like, oh, they're in a final. It's fine.
Yeah, but then they'll get smashed by Man City.
That's great because Ten Hag will still be in a job.
Yeah.
And they'll get smashed for the rest of the season.
I'm happy if he keeps his job and they go crap. So
am I.
Yeah, that's good.
Because here I was thinking if they lose to Coventry, Ten Hag might get sacked and they'll potentially beat Arsenal in a couple of weeks.
Why? Because of the new manager bounce?
Exactly. I don't need that in my life. Speaking of Arsenal, 2-0 win over Wolves over the weekend. It now leads to the much anticipated rivalry match in the office here with Arsenal taking on Chelsea on Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. Apparently Cole Palmer has some sickness of some sort.
Just wheel him out there. We need him. I don't care if he has one leg or if he's blind in one eye. He's still our best player.
So if Cole Palmer doesn't play, Arsenal just walk this?
Probably, because as we've talked about before, Chelsea without Cole Palmer would probably be bloody 16th or something like that. So yeah, I can't even imagine a Chelsea.
So being a realist, all right, we'll say Cole Palmer's feeling slightly better, not great, but he does play tomorrow. What are you expecting tomorrow morning?
To be fair, Chelsea do lift against the top teams, which is weird. We play really bad against everyone else, but against the top 4, we've been all right. I'm going to go draw. Go draw. Just being a biased Chelsea fan, why not? I'll go draw.
3-1.
Probably will be.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. All right.
3-1.
Who's going to score Who's going to score?
Who's going to score? I think Saka. I reckon Declan Rice and Odegaard.
What about Chelsea?
Madueke.
I don't mind that. He's been really good. Yeah, I'll take the Madueke.
Yeah, Madueke just gets near post on something. Just trickles it in. Hopefully not through an Arsenal thing. But this is big. If Arsenal can win this, they'll be, 5 points ahead of Manchester City?
Yeah, but then Man City still have a game in hand.
But it's still, Man City got 2 games in hand. But it's putting that pressure. Sorry, it's only 4 points, but it's still putting pressure on. It's like, we need to win these 2 games.
They don't need.
No, but the thing is, if Man City draw one of these games and then win the next,
yeah, but you look at
Arsenal are in front.
Look at Man City's draw. Brighton, who've been horrible.
But
Notts, who are just arguing with the rest.
That's a W for City.
Wolves at home, and then they got Fulham.
Is that at the
Etihad against Wolves?
Crap.
And then Fulham.
They've got Tottenham still.
Yeah, but I'm just saying their next 4 where they're going to be passing Arsenal.
So
it annoys me, but City are going to.
Brighton is the one that if they play to their best could pull out a draw. Nottingham Forest is a W for City. It's the Tottenham game.
Yeah, which could randomly go either way because they always have close
and that's
games.
the thing. So because Arsenal play Tottenham this Sunday and the North London Derby, 11 p.m. So obviously, yes, being an Arsenal fan, slightly biased in this, but a dream result for Arsenal is Arsenal beat Tottenham there.
Oh, you should.
Because that means Tottenham, still with their games in hand, need to win everything to finish 4th to get Champions League. So they're not going to get to City like Aston Villa did a month ago and play the B team. No, that's not Andrew's style.
No, it's not. They'll go all out, but yeah.
So we are in... I think there's a twist. There's still a twist to come.
All right, I think you're just holding on to a bit of hope there. I think City are going to win this.
We're still on top of the league.
You're still top for now. Yeah, I can't talk being at Chelsea.
Yeah, and of course we've got a Merseyside derby with Everton and Liverpool.
So Everton show something. They're not happy with the EPL.
They won 3-0.
They won 3-0. I think they still get
Thursday
smashed.
morning, by the way.
It's
at home. Didn't they get this as a 0-0 draw last year?
Let's have a quick look. I can't remember. Actually, it might have been. Yes.
And Liverpool keep having a million shots on target. Shots at goal and still can't score. They beat Fulham 3-1 on the weekend.
They still won, yeah.
But it was Fulham.
Yeah, last time they played it was 2-0, and then I think the time before that was the 0-0 at home. So I still think Liverpool should win this 2 or 3-0. Because they're way better than Everton.
Everton still potentially needs some more points. So if they can get another point out of this game, you think it almost has them safe because that means it'd put them, I think it'd be 6 points above Luton.
Yeah, yep.
So
I don't want them to go down. I feel
I do because
they've been so unlucky with the way they've lost a lot of points.
Yeah, well, think about it. If they had all their points back, they'd be near enough to 10th.
Yeah. So they're 16th if they're you're right. So you got Sheffield definitely getting relegated. Burnley,
big win on the weekend.
Burnley, Luton, Notts are the ones that are on the bubble. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Brentford with 2 wins in a row has just ruined Marcus's relegation call.
Yeah, they're back.
Well, they're unbeaten in their last 5. Funnily enough,
crazy.
Anything else before the weekend? There we got.
I'm just a nervous Chelsea fan in the morning. We'll have to wake up for that one and see if you don't. Please don't smash us. That's all I'm hoping for. Mate, please.
So if it's 3-0, are you okay?
No.
2-0.
No. Draw. I just want to draw. I want to draw.
You're a North Melbourne fan. You're just looking for anything.
I need something.
I might call in sick. If we get beaten, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be sending. I'll be just a lot of threats on the phone. You better I don't know. You better come in, mate.
What are you gonna do?
Need to talk about this game. Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough chicanery and carry on for today here on the Football Today podcast. We won't be back later this week because it's Anzac Day on Thursday. I'll be at the MCG watching the AFL.
Yep.
If you want to tune into a live stream, Stats Guy and Jim will be doing a live stream of the Anzac Day game between Collingwood and Essendon. There'll be a bunch of fun going in. I might FaceTime in at some point
That'll be pretty fun,
I'll be at the game, get the vibes from the MCG. It is one of the coolest things ever. That'll be across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good
everywhere,
stuff. Yep. Just check out Sports Today show on Facebook as well as Football Today across all the social platforms and AFL Today, everything else that we've got going on here on basically what is we can't call it the Today Show, but the Sports Today network that we've got here. But thank you, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Shout out to Gerald behind the camera doing an awesome job as usual. God, he looks good. Anyway, we'll be back later this week for Football Today. Catch you next time.
If you like this show, make sure you check out all the other shows on the Sports Today network, from the AFL Today Show to the Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, as well as NBA Australia and NFL Australia. With Sports Today, your sporting needs have never been easier to cover.